Resolution number 2, implement proactive monitoring and alerts. Like I said, it comes down to when you want the alerts, how often, things like that. Can you give us some more details on what that kind of entails too?
So whatever you're using for alerts, whether it's something in Database Health Monitor, whether it's our daily monitoring, or whether it's our managed services or some other product out there, or something homegrown that you've worked on, it's all good as long as you have the ability to catch those key things that are going to impact your uptime and performance. Things like running out of disk space. I don't know how many times I've seen someone call up and say something happened with our backups and we didn't get transaction log backups for a couple of days, and all of our transaction logs grew until our log drive was full and SQL Server started crashing. Transactions started failing at that point. That's one of those things I want to know about a long time before we get to zero on the disk space, a long time before we get to errors, so that we have time to correct it before anybody ever knows about it. I think another one that we see is long-running queries or things relating to long-running queries like blocking. And that's one of those things that if somebody says something happened to the system yesterday where it seemed it was bogged down around 2:30 p.m., yeah, we have all kinds of logging and stuff like that in Database Health Monitor that we can go back and get a good idea of what was going on. What we also have is we have alerting so that we can alert you and send an email that says blocking is happening right now. We have queries that's been running for 40 seconds and it's blocking 25 other queries that it cannot run until it finishes. And that's much more proactive than somebody saying, gee, the system seems slow. We're able to, we or the client are able to jump in and figure out, well, why is that blocking and what can we do to clear that blocking and get things moving? Another important one is failed jobs, and whether it comes to be backups like we talked about in the previous resolution, or CheckDB or maintenance jobs. I mean, those are all important things to the overall health and performance of your system, and you want to know if they're working or not. I don't know how many people have set up CheckDB to know if they have database corruption, but it runs every night and they have no alerting, so it fails, and they end up failing for like 2 months on CheckDB, and then they get to a real serious position where something starts failing in the database, and it's been failing for so long they don't have any good backup from prior to when it occurred. So getting alerting when things fail. And part of this is using Database Health Monitor, which is our product. You can download it at databasehealth.com. And we have a lot of different checks and alerting for different things, like the blocking queries. You can install Database Health Monitor, configure a job, and get alerts when you have blocking queries in your system. So knowing about the issues is the key thing, and being able to react to them before they knock you out rather than when it's too late.